Some people don't like to trade anything but options. If you want to trade just options, options only, if that's your game, you don't want to own any stock, let me tell you what trading options without adjustments is going to do more often than not. You're going to find that you can profit on 3 out of 4 trades and still end up with a losing portfolio. And here's the reason why. Most people take their profit and they add their profit back into their principal for their next trade. And that's smart. That's a good thing to do. I don't ever tell my students not to do that. I encourage them to do exactly that. They take the profit from this trade, they add it to what they started with, and their next trade is $1,000 more. They take the profit from this trade, they add it to what they started with, and their next trade is that much more. The problem with that is when you're trading options only and a trade goes against you, this is nothing. This is a blink of an eye. You can be looking at a profitable trade in your portfolio one day. You can be looking at a profitable trade in your portfolio one day, and a little movement on the stock in the wrong direction can show that thing at a 40, 50, 60% loss the next day, and sometimes as much as a 70, 80, 90% loss in the blink of an eye. When you're trading options only, this is what happens. And it happens a lot, probably more than any one thing I hear. In all the conversations I have with people that are looking at safe option strategies, probably the thing that I hear most is that they're profitable on 4 out of 5, 6 out of 7, 9 out of 10 of their trades, and they're still break even or losing money. When you learn how to adjust trades, you're going to get a little more conservative on the returns you go after. You're still going to reinvest the profits back into the next trade, being a little bit more conservative on the next trade. And the reason you're being a little more conservative is because you're setting up trades that can be adjusted. Now, I wish an introduction class like this had time to go into how we adjust trades. On my website, there is a link on the same page that you're watching this video on. Now, those of you that are with me live, you'll have to go to the website after this. But those of you that are looking at the recording of this, on that same page, there is a link that says view some sample classes from our program. One of those sample classes is an introduction to adjusting spread trades. Take some time and look at that class. I don't have time to go into it in the detail I'd like to right now. But when you set up these trades so that they can be adjusted, that one that moved against you, because it was set up correctly and because you knew how to adjust it, you can turn it into a 0 loss, maybe even a profit, or a much smaller loss. And look at the difference with the same 4 trades over the same period of time. Look at the difference. Now, in our education program, we teach in detail. After we teach you how to set up a certain type of trade, we teach you in detail how to adjust that trade, all the different ways that trade can be adjusted, and when and how and why to do it. So as you go through our education, you learn how to manage and take care of and adjust these trades, and take a trade that could have been a losing trade and turn it into a profitable trade. This is our trade record for last year. This is how we got to the 92%. Now, this screenshot would only fit about half of it. You're seeing about the second half of the year. First half of the year doesn't look much different than this. But I'm highlighting a couple of the trades from last year that should have been losing trades, and we either adjusted them back to a profitability or to a much smaller loss. This 26% loss on this trade right here, that's a 26% loss, if you can see that. That should have been a 90% loss. That trade went so horribly against us in the blink of an eye. We did our homework. We set up a trade. We thought it was a good trade. We're looking at all the technical analysis and fundamental analysis, and we're looking at all the stuff we're supposed to look at, and you can still be wrong. And we were wrong. And that trade should have cost us 90% of what we invested in it, and we adjusted it to only a 26% loss. And that, to me, is a huge victory. Same thing here. This should have been a 75% loss on this trade. This one should have been at least a 45, 50% loss. We got out with 5% loss. I'm more proud of these ones that we lost money on in some ways. I hate losing money, but this is what the adjustment strategies will do for you. And if you want to survive and thrive in today's market, You've got to learn how to do this, because anyone can make money when the market is going up. Some people can make money when the market is going down. And when the markets go back and forth, or an individual stock you're trading goes back and forth, most people lose money. Either find a way to make those losses fractional compared to what they could have been, or find ways to turn them into profitable trades or break-even trades. And it makes all the difference in the world. And you can produce returns like this.